Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a GW Tiger Tier 9 German SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Malinovka and it's under the command of ChoosenDark of REBRN. Well, he's got the big gun, the 21cm, capable of doing 1100 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour, and it's got a 12m burst radius, which makes it quite a big footprint when firing at the enemy. Now it has a rather long reload as well, 34.67 seconds, but when you compare that to, say, the 8-inch howitzer on the M53, M55, which is about the same amount of time, you can see this thing will do more damage, but it's got much fewer shells. Yes, only 15 shells, that's all you've got. And he's loaded one round of premium as well into the Arty. But he's gone to his bush, and he's now ready to shoot. First target is a Foch. He lost sight of it there. It's the Tier 9 Foch, the AMX Foch. Rounds out. Big hit, 412, but not a penetrating shot, which is a bit disappointing because the Foch does have thin armour on the sides and you'd expect an HE round would do a lot of damage to it. Well, we've got a few other tank destroyers joined him. In fact, that's an Object 704, Tier 9 Soviet tank destroyer, and an Object 430, which is, of course, a Tier 9 Soviet medium. And our T-49 has gone, well, a bit YOLO. I don't think he's going to live very long, to be honest. The Foch is blasting away with all of his ammunition. Just got nuked by the T-49. Rounds out on the Foch. And that's the end of him. We lost the T-49 though. Yeah, made a bit of a bad decision there to go that far. Well, most of our team have actually gone up the hill. There's a few remained behind near the cap. In fact, the Superconk looks to be an AFK. And the Char Future 4, well, he's hiding next to the houses. And we've got a Foch 155 down there as well, which is useful because the enemy might decide to come south, given that they conceive so few of us, or so few of our team. Just dialing in on this Conqueror. Difficult shot right up on top of the hill. You can see some of those rocks are actually obstructing the field of fire, but that 257's a little easier to hit. Oh, now he's got a narrow arc of fire, and you can see that the 257 keeps testing the limits. Rounds out. Let's have a look. Direct hit, 435. So he's now up to 1,000 hit points of damage. This is a Tier 10 game with Tier 9 tanks in it, but so he is going to get the opportunity to earn more XP, but at this range he's actually getting quite a bit of reticule bloom from the fact that these tanks are moving outside the field of fire. And there you go, it moved again because he had to move the vehicle to keep the IS-7 within the field. Rounds out in the IS-7.
That was close.
Yeah, Klaus Kellerman's speaking up because it was a near miss, but I think he was fairly close to that E100. It's always funny when you fire a round at one tank and you miss it, but then all of a sudden another enemy tank appears, and that one was fairly close to the shot when it went in. Many's the time I fired at an enemy tank, missed that tank altogether, but suddenly the shell hit something else which I couldn't see. And, oh, we got double bubble there. IS-7 and the E100. And you knew that you'd hit something that you couldn't see because the shell disappeared without an explosion. But you definitely did not hit the tank that you could see that was up there. And I think that's Wargaming's messing with us. We fire at one tank, we hit another. Okay, go for the IS-7 again. Rounds out. Oh, he stopped.
That was close.
Only a bit of splash there. But remember, that 12m burst radius does provide quite a big footprint. Well, an EBR 90 is fairly close, and well, oh, thank goodness for that. The Object 277 finished off that EBR. If he hadn't have done that, I think that ChoosenDark would have had to defend himself. Those wheelies are completely lethal to Arty, which is why they were brought into the game in the first place.
That was close. No,
No.
that's wrong. No, that's wrong. Wait. That was close.
Of course, this replay is on a client that was brought in around about the time that that mod came out, and that's why we're getting replays with Klaus Kellerman speaking up every time we get a near miss. Of course, we have now removed the mod, but unfortunately we are getting a clicking noise every time we play the game. Every time we do damage, rather.
That was fucking close.
And the E50M dies. So the enemy is not doing so well. There are 3 tanks down on our team. And it looks like up on top of the hill that IS-7's a whole world of trouble. And instead ChoosenDark's decided to go after the Conqueror to stop him interfering. And to stun him, allow our teammates to get some goes at him as well. He's lined it up. Rounds out on the engine bay, hopefully. Oh, it was a kill. It went right into the side of the vehicle. It missed the engine bay, but it took the tank out anyway. Okay, he's moving. Not that he was seen anyway by the enemy, but he probably does need to move a bit closer to his teammates because there's some enemy tanks coming in from the west on the south side. Specifically an Object 430, and I think that was the one that we saw earlier near the Foch and the 704. Okay, well there he is. He's behind the buildings. Lining him up. Rounds out.
That was close.
Yeah, it was definitely a near miss, that one. 387, which is very good because even if you miss the thing and you get that sort of damage, you'd be quite happy with that. I think he anticipated that he would come around the corner though, and if he had come around the corner, he would have taken the shell right in the face. Okay, our Foch 155 moving up to support. And that 430's gone, which means now there's only 2 enemies remaining, a Heshbarn and the Object 704. And the Heshbarn's been seen. I know people like calling it the S word. I don't. I think actually it's wrong because that tank was designed to fire Hesh.
Close.
And so calling it the Heshbarn is actually quite, well, apt. And there he goes. He's out the game. Thin armour on that turret. So the only enemy remaining now is the 704. He's down in the south near the lakeside. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he's come all the way south, but he just killed our 277. And in fact, actually, they've marked on the map where they think he is, J4. So he did come south. In fact, it'd probably be a good idea for some of our teammates to be very cautious about crossing that field because the 704 has got a wicked 152mm gun. And yes, there he is. He's right next door to that building, but
That was fucking close.
that's not going to stop him getting smacked about by Arty. ChoosenDark puts a round right in front of him. Just getting terrible reticule bloom. He's only got 3 shells left, but I think that should be enough to take out the 704. 704 just tried to put a hole in the Foch 155 and failed miserably, because of course the frontal armour on the Foch 155 is actually quite strong. And there you go, 704 taken out the game by a Waffenträger auf Panzer IV that he didn't see. So that game ended in a victory. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And here's the end of battle stats, and it was a first class tanker for ChoosenDark in the GW Tiger. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13, and he got a Confederate medal because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else in his team, at least 6 tanks, which were subsequently taken out by his other teammates. And his win rate in the game was 3,885. Always a good sign when you get a Confederate, because it means you've been hitting the enemy, as many of the enemies you can, to get as much damage as you can. And if you get kills as well, that's a bigger benefit as well. He managed to get 3,080 hit points. Didn't put him in the top though. That was the Object 277 with 6,718 hit points and a high caliber. And then the second highest damage was actually the Heshbon with 3,416 hit points. And then the Object 430U with 3,179. So fourth highest damage overall. When it came to kills though, he was in joint second place because the Object 704 managed 3 kills. And there was 2 kills by the Object 277, ChoosenDark, Waffenträger, Object 430U, Tortoise, Super Conqueror, and the Leopard prototype. Yes, everybody was seemed to get 2 kills. Not many people actually got 1 kill, only 6, and a lot of players got no kills whatsoever. When it came to base XP, it was ChoosenDark. He did so much damage and also so much stun assist that he actually ended up with the top score. 1,018 base experience points to him. 995 goes to the T10, 904 goes to the 277. He was the only player to get over 1,000 base. He fired 12 rounds, got 5 direct hits, 0 penetrations but 14 splash. Damage of 3,080 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 9 of the enemy, killed 2 and did 3,129 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. And if Wargaming takes stun out of the game, you can see it'd be very difficult for Arty to actually get ace tankers, let alone earn enough credits, because he did more stun assist than he actually did real damage to the enemy. So if Wargaming were to adjust the stun, then they're going to have to increase the damage commensurate with that, so that this Arty would be capable of doing 6,000 hit points of damage on a good day, and that would mean he'd have to get quite a few penetrations, so they'd have to increase the penetration value of the shells. He earned 60,807 credits from the game, and after ammunition respawn and consumables took away 5,847 credits, got 25 bonds for mission completion, and 1,527 XP plus 3,818 for completing a mission took away 5,345 experience points altogether. So a decent game in the GW Tiger, which I tend to like actually. I think it's quite a good Arty, this one. It's not it's a little difficult that it's got a narrow arc, but that's very similar to the Soviet Arty. Not quite the wide arc you get on the M53, M55, but that really is one of the best Artys in the game, alongside the M44 in my book, because of the amount of damage it can do, the wide arc, the fast movement. It's got everything, so that's why it's a firm favourite with many people. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the YouTube algorithm, and thank you for watching.